Hi guys. So this is week 16, week 16 of the YouTube Pagan Challenge. We're going strong. And this week's question is, what spiritual practice do you do most often? Okay. Okay, so how I define spiritual practice is what kind of practice do you do in your practice? Okay, so what is some type of regular practice, activity, thing that you do in your spiritual practice that you do most often? So what is a spiritual practice you do most often? What is a practice within your spirituality that you do most often? Woo! Sorry, I hit the cord. Okay. I am going to just answer this how I'm being called to answer it. So, right now, the spiritual practice that I do most often, there's a couple that I would say that I do like all the time. So the one that I do most often, all the time, is doing my daily oracle card readings, which I've explained many, many times. Draw one card a day from a deck for my messages. I just do that every day in the morning when I get up. And great way to figure out kind of how the day is going to go. The messages usually always come true. Sometimes they're not the way that I thought they would happen, the kind of an unexpected way the message came to fruition, but really great way to kind of prepare yourself for what probably might happen for the day. Another spiritual practice that I do, probably the other one that I do most often right now, is practicing the Sabbats. So yes, they only happen 8 times a year, but I've really tried to make myself these last couple of years really practice the Sabbat, practice every Sabbat every year consecutively, and consistently. And this year I have been, so it kind of changes on how I celebrate depending on my life and how much time I have, and kind of like living situation and money situation and how much time I have and all that. So right now I decorate my altar and my room with my Sabbath decorations, put up my new goddess and god statues. I put out my crystals for the Sabbath. I actually have a bag of crystals that I use that I put on my altar to represent the Sabbath. And then I have crystals that I use to make a crystal grid for the Sabbath to bring the energies and intentions of the Sabbath into my life. I also this year have been doing one recipe and one craft for the Sabbath, and I've also tried to get out in nature and experience the energies. And I've also tried to do an activity, but sometimes the activities can be the crafts, activity craft kind of hand in hand. And yeah, that's what I've done. So yeah, yes, I've decorated. Yes, I have my altar set up with the goddess and god. Yes, I have all my crystals out, my crystal grid out with my little crystal eggs, so cute. And my activity craft that I did for Ostara, so it's kind of in between, Beltan's on its way. But for Ostara, my activity craft is I painted wooden eggs, and I had elemental wooden eggs that I painted, and I posted on Facebook. And I also painted, I don't think I posted these, but I painted 2 little bunnies, wooden bunnies that I had. They're like flat wooden bunnies. I painted those. I also had 2 new birdhouses. They're little wooden birdhouses. They're like little craft birdhouses, little wooden ones. They're not really for birds. They're just little craft ones. And I got 2 more of those and painted them this year. I love painting. I love getting like wood crafts and painting them. I love that. I'm probably more into painting wood objects, like wood statues and wood carvings and different wood crafts than I am painting on canvas. And then I did go out in nature. I usually find myself going outside. I usually find myself going outside at night to connect with the moon and to connect with the energies and the goddess. I'm just more of a night owl, and I just love the energies at night, so it's easier for me to connect to nature and the energies at night. though I have gone outside during the day, it's finally like really, really, really sunny. It's been sunny and really hot the last, like, this week. It's been like summer hot this week, which is crazy. But it's been really beautiful and really hot and warm, and I've gone outside and just sat outside in the grass and done my work and stuff out on my outside with the lawn chairs. And the garden is growing. The lilac bush has bloomed, the bluebells, the daffodils, the roses are budding, the irises have bloomed, the azaleas have bloomed. So rhubarb's going strong. So yeah. And then, sorry, I have a tickle. Okay. And then the recipe that I did this year, I actually did it with my mom because it was basically an Easter recipe, but that's okay. We made an Easter dinner, which we do every year. And I kind of consider that as part of my Star ritual. I do come from a Christian background, and I am totally okay with incorporating the Christian holidays into my life. And I find a lot of connection between the Christian and Wiccan holidays. So, well, Christian holidays and Wiccan Sabbaths, if you want to call them holidays. But I find a lot of connection between them, so I don't mind practicing them. And my family's not really that religious, so it's they actually kind of celebrate it. They celebrate it in more of a commercialized way than a religious way, though they understand the meaning behind the Christian holidays. So, anyways, so we made orange marmalade with clove glazed ham, and we made scallop potatoes, and fruit salad, and rolls. And what did we make that was our recipe? There was like, ooh, this is like my Ostara recipe, so I can check it off my list. Oh, we made apple, what were they called? They were called cinnamon apple roses. So what they were is you took puff pastry, and it's on Facebook if you look it up. It's cinnamon apple roses. And it's puff pastry that you cut sliced apples, and you lay the apple slices on the puff pastry, like lengthwise. You have some cinnamon sugar you sprinkle on. You fold it, and then you roll it up. And when you're done, it looks like a little rose. And then you bake it. It was so cool. It was so good with the puff pastry. So, sorry, the screen froze for a sec. It's so good. So, hopefully the screen didn't mess up. Sorry if it did. But yeah, they were really, really good. Sorry, I gotta take a drink for a sec. Izzy, sparkling black raspberry, I mean. This is really good. The Izzy brand. I really like it. Just promo. So, let me look at the question again. I always forget what the question actually is. Right, our question is, what spiritual practice do you do most often? Daily oracle card readings and celebrating the Sabbaths is the spiritual practice I do most often right now. Yeah. And I do go outside, like I said, at night I don't know why I'm like, I do go outside at night to connect with the moon and the energies, and then try and go outside during the day now that it's warm. So I really do like doing that. That's the answer. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and a good night. Blessed healing. Bye.